Hey, y'all. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Happy Monday. Hope everyone is having an amazing day. If you're new here, my name's Ashley, and this is My Sweet Perspective, where I give my take on all things TV and movie related. And we're here to put you on. And of course, I'm not here alone. Y'all see her, y'all love her, Tyra over at Struggle Reviews. How are you this fine Monday? And are you ready to dive in it? Are you ready?
I'm great, just thankful for the daughter that I have. And, we continue to press on with, small miracles because no Echo Valley, just no.
I'm saying it's a doozy, honey, to give birth to your biggest op. But you guys, I want to just say hello and greet everyone. We already have 20 people in the building. Welcome. That's a great start. Anakin, not Vader. It's amazing to see you today. Hope your Monday has been incredible. Hey, Greta, what's going on, friend? Hope you are doing well. Hey, Bookworm, what's good? What's good? Hey, Aisha, girl. Hey, Aisha. I hope everyone is ready to get in this. If you guys are not in the Discord, I think you're missing out on life. So I'm going to go ahead and put the QR code
Okay.
up here so you guys don't miss a thing. Because if you were in our Discord, you would have watched this with us because we sat down and we watched this
Right.
together as a choir, right? So make sure that if you haven't already, you take a look at the collective Discord, a beautiful community over there. But y'all, without further ado, hey Rico, I see you, boo. I see you, my partner, Rico, in the building. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it the right way. So you guys, this is an Apple TV original that came out last week, and I was thoroughly surprised. I know when my girl Julianne Moore is over here working, my good sis is going to work, but I really wasn't sure. Apple TV makes me nervous sometimes, Tyra. I want to know from you, what were your overall thoughts of this film?
This was great. If the budget was budgeting and we had a few more names, I would have paid for this. I would have sat in the theater because I was out of my seat because I needed to lay hands on Sydney Sweeney's character, and I just couldn't, and it upset me that I couldn't come through and rescue poor little Clarice. She was in a chokehold. It just wasn't a good scene. I thought this was really great, and it was something so like kind of refreshing and casual about it. I miss a good simple kind of mystery thriller. It kind of felt like something you would see like 80s, 90s, kind of call back to those things. It was great. Uh I knew who this heifer was immediately, but that didn't stop me from enjoying the film and hoping that our main character was going to come from underneath all of this deception.
Absolutely. I was refreshed. And of course, we'll get into a pros cons list and all of those things. But it's so refreshing to get a straightforward story that's not just really about the director's ego. I feel like Michael Pierce came over here and said, we're just going to tell a story. And I love it when a story is the priority, which it should be. And I feel like it really did a great job of that. Again, was it spectacular? No, not necessarily. There are some issues, but I think overall this was a great watch from start to finish. Yeah, I do. I don't have too much bad to say about it, and we love that. Really quickly though, like Tyra said, if we could have had a couple more names, we might have been cooking, honey. Other than a Julianne, a Sydney, and a Harry Potter's auntie. But again, this was directed by Michael Pierce, written by Brad Ingelsby, and I'm gonna see about Brad because I liked this yarn he knitted over here. The most notable producer, Ridley Scott, and he brought us Gladiator. I liked that he served as a producer on this project because we normally know him from his directorial work. So it was kind of good to see him over here. And of course, our leads, Julianne Moore, Sydney Sweeney, Domhnall Gleeson, Fiona Shaw, Edmund Donovan, Albert Jones, and Kyle MacLachlan. I like a small cast. Like I like a small, tight knit cast with a few
Yeah.
characters. I think this is way easier to manage, Tyra. What do you think?
This was very like contained. This was a good, like, I like a good small town. We didn't need to go several places, meet several people. I think a lot of the stuff we get now suffers from a bloated cast, where I did say like a few more names, but that's just, interchangeable with the cast. I wouldn't have added any more people. Like, we were on this farm. First of all, if you got Kyle McLaughlin, you use him a little bit more. I'm gonna say that. But other than that, everything was, really, really good here. I like how self-contained the movie was.
I did too. Like I said, I don't have a ton, but it did make me wonder, and because I did like the direction, because I thought it was subtle, and like I said, a lot of directors, it feels like I'm not. This isn't, law, but from what I've ascertained, watching more movies over the past year, a lot of directors are really just trying to make a name. It seems like they want to be known for something, and so it kind of bleeds over into their work a lot. It becomes more about them than the narrative, and I think Michael did a great job over here. But these are a couple of his other works, and I was curious if you'd seen other, because you'd be deep into these film streets. These were his two full feature length, in addition to Echo Valley. He has a lot of shorts, but one is Encounter, which is on Prime Video, and the other is A Beast from 2017. Have you seen either of these?
No, no, Michael. No. No, I haven't, but I'll definitely check them out. I haven't even heard of these films before.
Oh goodness, me either. And I said I'm gonna go over there. We even have Octavia over here, so
Let's
I
go
said let me go
there.
see about her on Prime. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe we'll do something like that in the collective or the Discord later this week. But I said it made me want to see what else he had coming out of his bag. So let's get over here, Tyra, to the
Mhm.
pros and the cons of it all. And this is just a short list. Like I said, I have nothing but really good things to say with just a couple of notes. I really loved the tone of the film. I think for a straightforward thriller mystery type of show, this was perfect. Like it wasn't too dark and it wasn't too refreshing. It wasn't too maudlin. I think we got a good balance in terms of tone for the film. And we weren't all over the place. It was consistent throughout. I think there was a great performance from Julianne Moore. Y'all know I stan her really, really bad. I think Julianne Moore is a vet at this point, and I think she always delivers in every role she's given. I like how this film incited a visceral reaction. When I tell you both times I watched it in the Discord with everyone, people wanted to throw stuff. The chat was lit. I love a movie that makes you react to it. And baby, if y'all haven't watched it yet, go watch it because it's gonna give you a reaction. And then I love that we didn't try to invent the wheel. Like, again, I feel like people go overboard trying to be different. This was straightforward and it worked. It satisfied the mystery thriller quotient in my book. That's all I'm looking for. Surprise me a little bit, give me a little bit of action, give me a little underhanded story, give me that you did something behind the scenes. Baby, it don't take much for me. And finally, I did enjoy. Okay, yeah, finally, I didn't think it was overindulgent. I felt like the story was made priority. As far as my cons, I did not enjoy most of the supporting cast. I didn't. I ain't enjoy Ryan. I ain't enjoy that drug dealer, and I didn't too much enjoy Sydney. Now she gave a good tear, as Tyra will say. She's there for the tears. She gave a good tear, but I don't know. Some of the character choices narratively didn't make sense. Again, this is completely subjective because again, some people like characters that don't make thoughtful decisions, but sometimes I did feel like this is completely out of control. And finally, I wanted more depth from Claire's character. I wanted more background because we get her in this phase of just being evil. And I want to know, was she born that way or was she created? That's what I want to know. Tyra, how about you? Your pros and cons for the film.
We have tone here. I really like the tone. I like how nasty Sydney Sweeney's character was. I think we're so used to backstory and like, oh, we have to redeem her before this movie goes off. I know we're not gonna, like, no, she's just a little despicable druggie, and that's just what it is. I really did like the tone. Even Julianne's character, because like I was like, girl, if you don't, girl, girl, stand up, girl. Oh, girl, like you're just shouting, and it's this visceral emotion because you want her to make a different decision, but it's like you just gonna really stand on business behind this daughter. You understand so much, being that you may have children, you may have family, people you're close to. Like I shoot about this one, but yeah, not that much. Cause no, I'm just not. As far as the cast, like Julianne Moore, she's such a vet and such a pro. I love how we just seen her over there in Sirens, and then you get here. It's just totally different. It's a big shift. So you can't have too many stand next to her, and I could tell that the other performers with her, they're not so much. That's why I said if you got Cal, baby, you use Cal.
Yeah.
You use him. You use your vets. But maybe the budget was budgeting, and we only had so much. But you use what's aligned to you. But yeah, if you have Julianne here and then you have Sydney Sweeney over there, maybe you're looking at Julianne. That's just what that is. I do. You see you already said visceral reaction.
It did,
It
honey.
was
Real
so
bad.
bad. Let's see. Love that they didn't try to reinvent the wheel. Yeah, it was just a throwback. Like it felt like, and not a dig to the film. It felt like a heightened Lifetime movie. Like it just like I know they're not about to do this. It's like, oh, this is what we're doing. This is actually happening. It just felt really like fulfilling, like a good old fashioned made for TV movie, but with a hyper visual and a bigger budget. And that's no slice of the film. It was still really good. Yes, the mystery thriller. It was. Now you know me. I'm an overthinker, so I was over there with the mystery and the thriller probably before I was supposed to. But like I said, that did not stop me from enjoying this film. And no, it wasn't overindulgent. Visually, with the narrative of this film and the drugs of it all and the lake and oh baby, we could have went there. We could have went there. They could have dramatized it, had us, zero focus in on the waterfall in the ocean and fade. We didn't do none of that. We didn't do any of that. We got just what we needed and we left it alone because I was like, Echo Valley, Lord, what that mean? I didn't know we were going just based on the title alone. It just feels like an indulgent situation where we're more style over substance. No, you go get this script. The script is scripting and Julianne's acting, and that's all we needed. I guess like cons, I am a little kind of on the edge of yeah, I want to see something else from Sydney Sweeney with her. I was surprised to see that she didn't get as much camera time as I thought she would, but when she did, if anybody's seen Euphoria, this is Cassie in Euphoria. This wasn't anything, surprising. It was the exact same thing. And she's getting older, so I do want to see her step more into, her womanly roles and not, us get back to Cassie, the teenager running around high school, crying and sniffling everywhere. And in this case, being violent. I wanted more from her on that front. But no, I did not mind that we didn't get this extra depth from her. It feels like we got just enough to know that for whatever reason she did go astray, and I've tried to help her with all my might, and it's just not ended well, and she's still on them
A
drugs,
demon.
acting like Gator and Jungle Fever in the kitchen. It was sad.
A demon. And it's like I just and I like a little exposition. Don't like I like it. Listen, I like a background. I like to know your motivation. Where are you? Because a lot of people want to put terrible character on the drug usage, and I don't think
Mhm.
that's all the time the truth, right? I think that good people fall subject to drug abuse and still remain good people as much as they can. Sydney was a spawn of Satan, and I just wanted to know a little bit more about the fractured relationship between she and Kate. I wanted to know why the dad was completely hands off. Girl, it's just the
I
again,
thought it
y'all know
was
I love the character
typical.
analysis. I want it.
It
I
felt
want
like a broken situation. Child, the way he said, look, heifer, don't be rolling up in here asking me for money. I'm you trying to buy the farm. I need you to stop, subsidizing her lifestyle or trying to get her checked into some clinic. She's broken and you need to accept that so you can move forward with your life. Um, I thought it was pretty not self-explanatory, but you see their dynamic that's broken. And I'm sorry, across over here, it don't take much. It don't take much. It's very, my dad. And you see this in movies and shows and stuff all the time, and you get that first brick in the wall. But what happened? What pushed you over? My mom and dad divorced when I was 6. Like it's very that. So I just took that as it was. And then of course, who knows what the dynamics could have been when dad's gone, and then we introduce a woman to the dynamic, and now my mom's a lesbian. Like, mm.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot there. I mean, and again, like allude to it. I'm a sucker for a flashback. But as far as the premise, it's an edge. I don't know about edge of your seat thriller, but I was like, what you finna do, Kate? I know you not this dingy Kate. But she is a mother struggling to make peace with her troubled daughter Claire, Sydney Sweetie, a situation that becomes even more perilous when Claire shows up on Kate's doorstep, hysterical, covered in someone else's blood. As Kate pieces together the shocking truth of what happens, she learns just how far a mother will go to try to save her child in this gripping tale of love, sacrifice, and survival from BAFTA winning director Michael Pierce and Emmy nominated writer Brad Ingelsby. As far as premise goes for a story, was this sufficient? Was this reaching, or was it just right? We're doing the Three Little
This is
Bears.
exactly what happened. This is on the nose, word for word. They didn't lie about it.
No, I mean, as far as, a good story. Because again, we're always looking for different stories and how they're going to piece it together. And we see so many log lines throughout the year when these new movies and shows come out. And some are just like, why would that ever be an idea for a movie? Did this work for you as a concept?
This did. I be needing a little bit more dip on my chip. I don't want to guess the dynamic before. I don't want to guess the dynamic before it's time. I really wish they leaned into the daughter not being so diabolical and it truly being a surprise. We literally was chilling with that heifer for 5 minutes and she flipped the switch. I just
Mhm.
wish it was a little up in the air, or we gave her a little bit more leverage to lean over to, okay, well, we can see that spark, we see that light, and why this mom, even at this state, would be still so devoted to do the actions later. I wouldn't have did nothing for this heifer. And
Never.
we do get that type of flashback where it's like, oh, I remember we used to swim in this lake all the time and she was so bubbly and so happy, and now it's that. That wasn't enough with the behavior that she kicked down to this mother. She beat her down like a whole street.
Mhm.
It's terrible.
She did. Yeah. What Rico says, the story was a little contrived, but it was interesting. Shannon D says it was a little predictable, but I was engaged the whole
Yeah.
time. I agree because we've definitely seen the drug addicted child before. I don't know if I've ever seen it to where she's banging her mama head to the white meat, but we've definitely seen this before in a different font, right? Maybe not the mom being so willing to cover up a unaliving and do the other things, but we've definitely seen this somewhere before. So let's get into Kate, played by Julianne Moore. She is the mama. She is grieving her wife. Claire's dad and her got a divorce some time ago. She and her wife apparently ran a ranch. And her wife, I guess it wasn't planned or known because she's still been grieving. I think it's been months since her wife has passed, and Kate is still in the bed, not doing riding lessons. And clearly the farm is funded by the ex husband, right?
Mhm.
She's emotionally guarded. She's seeking solace in her farm and avoiding deep connections. She don't want to see no kids. She barely want to see the horses. She said the horses are the reason she gets up out of bed every morning. And she's even avoiding her daughter, Claire. However, when Claire arrives covered in blood, her instincts override, if that's what it really was, leading her down a dangerous path of deception and survival. Kate pissed me off often. Kate is a very, I don't know. Kate seemingly in the beginning of the film, it's like she's given up on life. She's sitting there and I'm like, okay, girl, like, are we gonna move? Are we gonna are we gonna put on some clothes today? We gonna take a bath? What are we doing? And kind of resting on the hope that her ex is going to provide for her. Then, of course, when we see her in relationship to Claire, it's all right. She's maybe the one thing I have left, and let me go ahead and do whatever I can, whatever she says. Mom, I need a phone. Let's go to Verizon. Oh no. Okay, Claire, let's go. And trying to hold this boundary, hold this line when Claire is probably the only person that she really has left in the world to care about. I think her character had potential, but like I said, I didn't like a lot of her choices, especially up through the middle of the film. I was like, "Ho, is you cool? Are you dumb? Like what is it?" Tyra, what did you think about Kate?
Kate irritated my soul. I was really trying to relate to Kate as a mother. And she is in a vulnerable state. Like we said, at this point, she's depending on that ex husband to fund the ranch and keep her afloat because she just can't take it. But it didn't seem like Claire had just recently fallen into this. The state that Claire was in and how Daddy had already washed his hands, pretty much of this whole dynamic. Because y'all causing me grief. This is something that's been going on for a long time, to where any savings or whatever she may have had to keep her afloat at this point outside of the rent, she's clearly spent that either feeding her habit or trying to get her some help with her substance abuse. And you would think that when she rolls up, she would be a little bit more guarded because, last time you said
Mhm.
that and now it's this. And it's not like she was so clever or, masking it. Oh, she's high functioning addict. Ooh, I would never think that. No, it was very, who my phone, mom, just give me a new phone. And it's like, those drug addict lies. You could tell, you could, spot them from a mile away. But they just wanted us to suspend belief because this is her daughter. Wouldn't you? No, no, like it's like if you genuinely want to help her, let's not fund the habit. But some parents, especially in Kate's vulnerable state, this is the way I feel like I'm helping. And at least she's here. At least, well, maybe this
Mhm.
time will be different. So let me just do what she says. And this time is, worse than ever. I wanted her to make better decisions, but at some point I realized that she was just slow and I was just gonna have to live with that.
Yeah. Because when Twin Peaks tells her, leave that girl alone, don't give her nothing. You ain't got nothing to give. Listen, I know you're not working. If the farm don't come around by then, I'm taking it away. Don't get that girl nothing. 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 And clearly he's moved on with his new family, his new wife and his new daughter. He's got a brand new start. But now we have Claire over here. And of course, Claire is the troubled daughter struggling with it. She ain't struggling with it. She's just addicted. I don't think it's a struggle because I don't think she wants to quit. She's unpredictable, sometimes vulnerable, sometimes manipulative. All the time manipulative. I got this from Apple TV, y'all. Her relationship with Kate is strained, shaped by years of instability and unmet expectations. When she arrives at her mom's doorstep covered in blood, she sets off a chain of events, all of that. I will say this. Um, I really didn't know what was coming in this movie. Like when I didn't read any description or logline before we actually just watched it. And so I didn't know where this was going because as it's presented, you really think that Claire's in a bad situation. Like, oh my gosh, she's in this terrible situation. She's getting kicked by this dope dealer and her mom's got to step in and save the day. Huh? I didn't. I'm talking about for me.
Oh, you poor thing.
No,
You poor.
I did not think that she was going to be the master manipulator that she turned out to be. So for that, I'll say go ahead, Claire. But other than that, I found nothing else redeeming about her character. I didn't think there was a struggle with addiction. I think she loved being in her addiction. I think she didn't like some of the situations she found herself in, but Claire wanted to be high. Tyra, what did you think about Claire?
Oh, baby, I think Claire showed her hand the moment she knocked the door. I never thought anything but manipulation from her. It it takes a lot, and I'm sure that that was a catalyst for her. Her troubled, as they put it here, like, oh my dad, like I just feel so abandoned, and I'm just so lost, and I'm falling into these drugs. Like I felt like she showed her hand when she got there. We met her with drug lies. Oh, I lost this. If you could just replace it, like who? I'm just like I never believed anything she said. So when she flipped, I was like, oh, took you long enough. The whole situation where she's being kicked in the gut and the whole thing, and mom, I threw the bag. I swear I didn't know that there was you can't believe no drug addict. Everybody knows that. I never felt Claire was there for anything but herself. And it was always when you get there and you're kind of like being chased down, and there's even a mention of it, and you have her arriving there under the umbrella of, well, oh, so you're still clean, right? She's just hoping for her daughter to be something that she isn't. And I would think that the audience watching already knew exactly who she was. I was not at all surprised. I was
I
surprised at
was.
how far she took it, like
That's
attacking her
what I
mother,
mean. That's what I
attacking.
mean.
No, I'm not. I wasn't surprised she attacked her. It was the aggressiveness. Like, you bitch your mama. She bit her,
And
and when
hungry
she like
daughter.
banged her head into the, I was like, whoa, okay, I didn't expect you to go that far. But the fact that she would, we knew where she was standing, and she was always going to choose herself and choose those drugs, and we couldn't put anything past her beyond that point.
Yeah, no. I knew that she had stole that man's dope or whatever. I knew that that was what it was. I didn't have any issue with her being a drug dealer, but the fact that she master manipulated this whole yarn, that was shocking to me cuz I even on dope, even being terrible, I would never think that a child would put their parent in that type of situation. That was crazy to me. As far as stealing after, of course, we saw her bang the head, all that. I still wouldn't think that she would put her mama in a situation to be unalived. To kill
Oh,
the horses, to burn down the farm. No, 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 Claire. I thought she was just an average run of the mill junkie. Like, honestly, I just, listen,
yeah.
the street corner crackhead. Like, I thought, anyway, starting out, because we'll kind of go through the movie, but I did want to talk about their characters really quick. Here we have Twin Peaks over here, and Kate is over here begging for support, the truth, and a daddy with sense because he was a truth teller in this moment. And again, in these movies, we always get a warning before destruction comes. Leave that girl alone. Don't give her anything. And this is the last time I'm writing you a check for anything, Kate. If you don't turn it around, baby, we're going to sell it. We're going to sell it because I'm over here with my young wife and my new daughter, and I don't have time to deal with you or Claire. What did you think of Twin Peaks in all of his 2 minutes that we got of him? Because we didn't
I
get no
mean,
time with
with this being the first and really only meeting, I was like, oh, girl, did he ever like you? Because he was so fed up. And it's like, oh, but I think this was prior to me realizing that she had already also moved on, married, and was, widowed at this point herself. So there's been that long disconnect. I wasn't, whatever with that. The way he washed his hands of the daughter, I was like, okay, are you just a terrible dad? And, I've gotten my dream, my little slice of pie. I want nothing to do with that. And she's astray, or has she just ran every ounce of you into the ground, and any compassion that you may have had with her addiction, and you just want no parts of it? Like, how, for him to do that, I was like, either you burned her or she's burned you. And with the Claire we got, she's clearly, it's like, what the hell you think she wanted, dummy? She wanted money. What she always want. It's always her. It's always her. It's all she ever like. I wish they utilized him more because he's a really great actor. But this is all we got from him.
Not he's Trey from Sex in the City, y'all. I hope you guys check the calendar. I will be watching Sex in the City for the first time. We're doing it. We're starting it this week. So gird your loins, people. But easing on down the road, enter Claire, obligation, doubt, and setups. Again, I'm really surprised that we got this introduction to Claire before the main thing was the main thing. And I guess that was just to show who she was, what her character was, because she's not there a day, honey, and basically is like, Mama, if you don't do, I need a check. I need a check for $10,000. You see what it is. If you don't give it to me, I'm stealing the dog. Take the dog. Take the girl. You kidnapping your mama dog? Yes, she was kidnapping the mother's dog with her boyfriend Ryan, beating her head to the white meat, and bit her mama over here, Tyra. You said you already saw this coming. I did not see this intrigue or this fight coming. But I guess a crackhead will do what a crackhead does, Tyra.
I was glad that we didn't have Sweeney all glammed up, had them girls pushed up. No, she was here to do a job, and she did. I need you to be a frantic, druggy abuser, and that's what we were. Like, clearly she was there. This is what she does. She pulls up, she manipulates, but the well is run dry. I haven't been working anymore. I'm going through something, not that you care, but I really don't have anything to give you. And it's like, oh, so she's really not going to give me anything. Okay, kicks in the manipulation, and we're heightening it to the point. And then even with how easy it was for her to do that, I don't think this was the first time she laid hands on a lady.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was the first time. It was just really sad, and you instantly go into protection mode for this mom. I'm like, get that trick out of here. There
Mhm.
was no like And I guess that's how they wanted it to be. There wasn't a moment where I was like, oh, she's still your daughter. Like maybe I was like, get that hoe, get her away, lock her up. Girl, where your gun at? Because what you won't do is come in here and do this to me. Like I just wanted her to stand up and protect herself so badly, but she does have that dilemma. This is a child that I birthed, and this was the Lifetime. You remember the Lifetime movies? This was the Lifetime. Like when
She
you had
caught her
the
mama.
sons and sons, like, oh, is that a bruise? Yeah, little Danny, he's so clumsy. I fell down the stairs, like what? Is your child abusing you? This is where the Lifetime is kicked in. I was hoping that she was gonna stand up, and she just couldn't because she was already so broken. Now I knew that she would come back with the manipulation, but the body, no, I wasn't expecting that. I thought she was gonna come back with the like, when such and such happened. Like you were that committed to cover for her in that way. Are you out of your
Crazy.
damn mind? I don't give a damn who
Crazy.
you are. This was crazy, and it's just like she wasn't functioning or thinking properly because of how she rolled up. You really think she did all of this and got this body all on her own, huh?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
gonna get to it because girl, who wrapped that body up? But
Ooh,
yeah, no, this is the moment that I was pissed at Kate because clearly this is a cycle of abuse. Because the way you didn't even try to fight back, the way you didn't even try to, it's gonna bounce. I'm gonna cancel a check. No, you're not. You're not canceling the check, mom. I said, what in the world are we? What happened to taking a TV, a VCR, a piece of jewelry?
girl,
What happened
Peter,
to that?
Peter. This ain't them days, especially with however, it was, but it wasn't just that because you're in debt. You don't need a
Yeah.
little rock or your little fentanyl or whatever it is.
Mhm.
This man is missing $10,000.
Lord, and here he goes. I need that money. So of course we double team it. We have the drug dealer come in, kick the dog mess out of her. Mama Bear steps in. It's okay. And by that night, we're robbing Mama Blind, getting the check to pay said man off. And of course, this is the setup for it all. I need that money, Mom. And after all this is said done, after she's bitten, after her head is beaten into the wall, and the daughter absconds with it all, we meet her friend. Harry Potter's auntie is over here, and we got a real friend and a dance break. This is probably the only relief we really get until the end of the movie. I was like, well, damn, we needed this. It's about to get darker, right? Um, so her friend comes over, and clearly she hasn't been seen by the public. Her friend is like, no, I'm going to stay the night with you. Whatever you need help with, I'll be here to muck out the stalls. I'll help you with the horses, whatever you need. I'll say this, a friend in need is a friend indeed, because Harry Potter's auntie was over here. And this is the kind of friend I want. If you're not coming like this, I mean, I don't want you to be in love with me, but if you're not coming like this behind me, if you're not going to help me burn that barn down and help me get my horses out, I don't know. Tyra, what did you think of the entree of this? Were you thinking we were going to get a side little love affair, a
I
side pump,
You couldn't tell me
pocketbook?
she ain't want that lady cat. I was like, girl, you finna love on her? You finna love her back to life? Y'all finna get up on a room? I thought they was gonna be bumping pocketbooks before this. I thought, with all I done for your ass, I deserve a piece of that pocketbook. Okay, girl, I'm not a friend. Ashley, if you wait on me to roll up like this, I'm just sorry. We associates at this point. Cause I'm a friend, but she was doing a lot. She was
You
doing
know
a
how we burn
whole
down the
lot.
barn and get the horses out for
Man,
the insurance
look,
money?
look, it wasn't just about burning down the barn. Like, I'm incriminated in a way that I don't want to be. Like, I know too much. Why would you really ain't my friend at all? Because why would you tell me all of that?
Girl, you know I'm telling. I know I'm not that kind of friend. I'm
Why
just
would
saying
you
she
even tell me that? Like, no. But yeah, I did think that before we met, I guess her significant other, that she was maybe interested sexually, and that's why she was holding her down so heavily, because it was something romantic, or maybe this is just something that they were embarking on. Maybe it was a emotional grieving type of tie, to where she's been using that, and oh, your daughter did what? Let me come over here and love on you, baby girl. No, it was just a friend. It was just a friend. She said she's just a friend, and I'm gonna hold you down through the dark, dark times, and that she did. All I know is if you waiting on me to be that kind of friend, child, you can be waiting. I ain't got
No,
it in me.
there definitely was some tease here. I said, "Why are we watching our friend sleep like this, ma'am?" When she was over in that corner and the scene cuts to black, I said, "Is she just going to watch her sleep all night?" Or, I'm hoping that this was strictly platonic because it seems as though this lady has a wife. Because we did go over there with Kima and everything, and she was talking about, Jill's at home with the horses or whatever. So I assume that she has her own thing going on. But man,
Had
if the
that
stuff
black
don't
lady
work
up
out,
wation on you while you over here doing what? Huh? If you want to
girl,
build since you got your degree and you know everything, go on over there. Y'all digging up bodies.
helping her. But you guys are right. Harry Potter's auntie is over there in Killing Eve, True Blood. I mean, actress is gonna act, especially them UK ones. You know what I mean? The ones from the land over there.
Looking all butch.
But now we're back here. I'm back. I killed Ryan. Who taught you how to wrap a body? But it's not Ryan. This was so silly to me. This is for me when I was like, Kate, what are you doing, Stink? Because we go to a car with a body wrapped like it was done by the mafia, like it was done by a professional assassin, like it was wrapped by John Wick. Do you hear me? There was nothing like nothing out. It was perfectly twisted. The tape was on succinctly. There were no leaks. Like I said, how in the hell did a crackhead do this? In that moment, I knew. And I said, it's not Ryan in there either. Because, of course, whenever I don't see a face, I automatically go to something else is going on. When I tell you that Kate in this moment said, say less, baby girl. Go take off your clothes, put them in this bag. Mama's gonna handle it. Ho, are you cool? She just bit you. She just threatened to abscond with your dog. She just banged your head into the fireplace. Tyra, what was wrong with Kate in this moment? And who taught Claire how to wrap a body like this? That was the first tell.
Girl, clearly a good fella. I don't know who taught her how to wrap that body. I was like, as soon as she opened the door and she said, "Oh my god, mom, I hit him with a rock. He's in the car." I was like, I know, girl, use your brain. Use your brain. We're not even going to think for a second. Well, hell, so you did this, you did all by yourself. Okay, just go lay down, mom. What are you going to do, mom? What are you? Just don't worry about it. I got it. I was like, what? What? I I would have loved to have really thought. I wish that they had shown certain things to really play on the audience, POV to go, well, hell, is that right? Like, it could be Ryan. Like, I don't think they played with it enough to really dive into the mystery fully. Because I think immediately we was all, girl, that ain't Ryan. we got as dumb as your mother. That ain't Ryan. But the fact that she didn't even think twice, I was chilling with her. I was like, okay, motherly love. We gonna take the body. We're gonna dump it in there. We're gonna do that. When she came back and told her in the reaction, well, why would you take it there, mom? You could have taken. What are you doing? I don't even know. Like, why would you even take it there? You could. Why would I? That was stupid. The lake. I was like, girl, punch her in the face. But why are we not punching people in the? Oh, is it against the? She punched you in your face without a problem. When she did that and this idiot goes, well, what did you do with it, mom? Like, where'd you, the lake that we go to? What? I said, oh, so you want to be blackmailed?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, stupid. Go ahead. You want to be blackmailed? I was like, girl, I'd lost all hope for you. You wouldn't have did what you did, and you know the state of this daughter. You know she can't be trusted. You probably know in the back of your mom she didn't wrap this damn body. But not only did you disposed of it, but you told her where you put it. I was like, oh, so you want to get blackmailed? It's cool. At this point, I said she deserves whatever she gets.
Oh God. So here's the thing. I think that a mother's love can reach and extend into the deepest depths. However, this child needed to go to the pinta. She needed to go and sit there. That might have cleaned her up a little bit. I'm not taking the charge for the crackhead, Tyra, under any circumstances. Now, I try to think about, because I'm with you, Shannon D. I really had to think about it. If my mom, if she were still in the land of the living, would she take a charge like this for me? And I believe my mama would, because my mama loved me and she knows that I was an upstanding, good person. And if I did it for a good reason. This one, girl, you going to jail. I'm calling them. I'm calling the
Oh,
people. As soon as I see the body in the back seat, I'm calling them, Claire. Tyra, as a mother,
no.
you taking a charge for a child?
I take the charge for my baby. Under some certain circumstances, I take that charge. This one here, where she just slap a whole tribe Jew, and also you've had men roll up to your property, threaten your life, hers. Well, ma'am, she owes me money. So yeah, what you gonna come up off like? I'm gonna call the like. There were too many red flags prior to this event ever happening. So the fact that no light bulbs went off, I wouldn't have got to this point with my baby. So the charges, that ain't that.
They don't
But
apply. Not
if it
applicable.
ever did and it was this, yeah, this is where I let you fall on your face. Because clearly
Yeah.
you're sometimes, as a parent, you have to realize, okay, my baby's beyond help, even if it's just me. And I have to think about myself at some point. This has clearly been their dynamic for a long time. That's why she's so downtrodden and beat up at this point. It's like, oh, well, cover up for you and I protected you all this time because that's what a mother's supposed to do. What's the body in the lake, huh? I can do that too. Hell no. I would have
Tara
told her, you
said,
know what, baby, you go up them stairs. You go rinse it off, just wash it all away. I'm gonna come up there in a second, bring you some tea. I'm gonna handle this. And I'm gonna take my ass outside and call the police. Say, come get her.
Tara said
Some
it's a
fell off the shelf.
systematic. Tara said it's a systematic cycle of abuse
It
that's been
is. It
going.
is. Some fell off the shelf in my child. I don't feel safe. I need you to come get her ass now before she gets out the shelf.
Lord. And so we're over here, and I didn't took care of it. And I said, Kate, where did your training come from? Kate had a dump spot picked out. She
Yeah.
had the horse trailer rigged up. She said,
Mhm.
I'm going to stop here at the halfway point and halfway destroy the phone because we didn't destroy the phone fully. So to me, that was an act of futility. I'm going to
Mhm.
take it. I'm going to row it in the middle of the fireworks. I'm going to row it on this rowboat and capsize and go into the water with it. I'm gonna dry off though, and then I'm gonna start a fire and I'm gonna burn your clothes and everything else. And then I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna give you a hug and I'm gonna say, it's all done,
Mhm.
baby. I got you.
Mhm.
I took care of it. Who taught Kate this? And I mean, did she just watch too many episodes of Snapped or like true crime? Because when we get to a certain age, we sit up and we watch true crime. Because
Mhm.
Kate, how did you have this plan and know exactly where you were gonna go and what you were gonna do?
This was the part of the movie that made me mad actually, because when I saw this happen and how quickly she was to, I'll handle it, I was like, oh, you think you know your mom? You think you can beat her down? Yeah, this ain't her first rodeo. She knows where all the bodies are buried. She's done this before. Yes, she has. You're gonna push it too far, and she gonna handle your ass. I was waiting. I was like, oh, she's a killer dilla. She knows what she's doing. I was waiting from this moment for the flip to happen and for her to show, like, I was trying to suppress them ways. Because once upon a time in my life, I had to do this before. You think you know your mother, but you don't. She, had a body for dummies. I don't know. I don't know. She Googled something that we didn't see. I was just waiting for, like, oh, okay. No, she just knew exactly what to do and how to do it just because.
Oh Lord, that's what I said. I said she took a class. She had a book. She watched true crime because she said, "Okay, just wait a minute. I've got this." Uh, Back at home, we got a caresser. Claire, I took care of it. But ultimately, Kate, you got played, sister. You got played. And I should have looked at this heifer's face in this bed, in this wallpapered room, and knew that, yeah, I got you, mama. I got you. Because she'll do whatever I tell her to do. Meanwhile, well, next thing we know, she's gone. Christina left and she took your stuff with her, ma'am. And so now the drug dealer is back and he's like, I know your secret. Pay me 150K. And not only pay me 150K, I'm gonna stay here with you until you get said 150K. Here's what you can do. You can just come up with a plan, present me the plan. And then I'll let you know if it's acceptable or not. And then I'll be on the road. And here's how you can get the money to me. But yeah, you're gonna pay me that. You're gonna do it. And we have a Kate that says, okay, all right. So yeah, I think the best way will be to, set the barn on fire. We got the insurance policy, but it will take a month or so to get that. Oh, that's unacceptable. I need it now. I need my money. What Tyra say? And I need it now. So what about the horses? My horses, the people's horses, the other, yeah, the horses. Well, I have two, but the rest, I'm boarding. Well, okay, yeah, kill your horses then. Well, I can't just kill my horses, dummy. You can't just kill your horses. That'll look suspicious. You have to burn it all down. And she is going along with the plan like a passive wimp this whole time. I was infuriated, Tyra, because I said if she lets her daughter beat her head to the white meat and bite her, what else won't she do? Like you'll do it. You'll kill your horses. If she would have killed near one of them horses, Tyra, I would
Oh,
have had to fight Kate. Talk to me about this and how improbable this is. Because who the hell are you? Shoot him dead is what I said. Isn't this a ranch like Yellowstone?
girl,
Y'all don't
where
have no
your
blisters.
gun? Where your gun?
That's what I
Where
said.
your gun? And the fact that she didn't even consider protecting herself after the incident with the daughter and all these ruffians rolling up on your property, girl, get something to protect yourself. She's in there fighting fisticuff. No, then you let him shoot. I said, oh my God, is he gonna trap her and trap her, make her an addict? She gonna become a victim? She gonna become a loyal customer? Now you gonna be on drugs next to your daughter? I was like, oh Lord. Oh, he didn't shut her up with that good dope. Now she finna be a part of his clientele. She gonna know which way is up. We finna watch this lady descend into addiction, Lord. She gonna be selling them horses and selling coochie on the block. At this point, I didn't put anything past her because she was so passive and just unprotected as a person. It's like she wasn't making smart decisions. So why would you make one now? I
Yeah.
say, wait, burn up them horses if you want to. I swear I'm cutting this movie. You gonna burn the horses? Like I just wanted so bad. Like I was like, all right, this is where it shifts. And I just knew she was gonna kill this man. I just
I did
knew she
too.
was
I
gonna
was
kill this
hoping.
man, and we were gonna have like this standoff with her and the daughter, like because she's not gonna be hearing from him. I thought the way she was gonna find out, because I knew she was a dope. I knew she was lost when this man rolled up in there. So, does Claire know you're here? I was like, what the heck? Girl, keep on. Keep on playing. Keep on playing. Hell yeah. With this, I thought Claire was gonna be she was gonna kill this man. I had all the movie mapped out. I had it in my mind. I was like, okay, she's gonna kill him, and then she's gonna take the phone, do what she did, maybe with the other body, do something, and she's gonna look and just see how diabolical Claire was and planning this and these text messages, and she's gonna be messaging, did she do it yet? Did you get the money? She's like, oh, you wench. See, now I'm gonna turn into John Wick, where you thought I was your mama. No. Cause at this point I had still believed that she had, caught bodies before, and this was
Okay.
just, because
She had a
she knew
special
exactly
set
what
of
to do.
skills. Yeah.
Child, by the time she was in there rolling, it was Houston screw up in that house. Girl, she was slow bobbing in there. Like, oh, calm down. You act like I really gave you. Like, I gave you 200 milligrams. Relax. I was like, oh, yep, she's going to be on the stroll. She's going to be a loyal customer. You're going to use it, take for everything she's gotten. She's going to be standing there next to her daughter. They both going to be on drugs on the block in the city. I have no hope for her at this point.
Me either. Girl, I thought she was gonna sacrifice them horses. I had no trust in Kate at this point. And so of course we construct this whole plan. And Kate says, all right, bet. I got something for you because she was secretly a super spy underneath it all. She says, how was that fire started? She called the bestie, and the bestie came through in a clutch. How was that fire started where he went down for arson? Because oh yeah, they left the look. Okay. Because of course we just see her lighting everything up, and we don't know till she gets to the police precinct what it was. But she had it so good, honey. She had that man as an employee of her ranch. She made sure one of her customers came to pick up a saddle and saw him there.
Ew.
She set it up foolproof. Sis went, did her big one because he's on the road thinking he's about to get a big payout. And she said, "No, he's there. It must have been him. Are you trying to say I would set my own barn on
A
fire
white
after
woman?
she's a white woman? Like who me?" Girl, she used that privilege right when it was needed and in the right way. They got him in the back, and at first the black detective is looking at her like sideways, like, "Well, maybe." And then the proof just added up. Yeah, see, this is the deposit to your account, sir. She pinched you $2,300. There's this, there's this, there's this. This hoe had her ducks in a row. She got the horses out, the barn burned down. I think now her financial troubles are over, Tyra. I think ultimately a win is a win. What did you think about her plan and said execution of it, Tyra?
Clarice, I know a CIA agent when I see one. She playing. Girl, you don't get to be this dopey and be smart at the same time. Like I was like, oh, this plan is curated to perfection. When did you get this? I'm implied to believe it was all the Butch bestie. She ain't come up with none of this. I don't believe she did. Cause girl, she just wasn't portraying herself to be very bright. When she rolled up on the daughter and they politely boot scooted her ass from the car, like, your mom, oh God, your mom's here. Let's get out of here. She's on to us. Let's go. And she's, wait, no, wait, open the door. Wait. I was like, girl, that thing is gone. Let it go. Um, this situation here where she like planned it out to a T. Because I was like, Heifer, if you don't incriminate him, this is a criminal. I'm sure he has history, and I know you probably don't have anything. This is your prime if you wanted to kill this man, if you wanted to frame him, do
Mhm.
that. But she just wasn't doing anything, so I thought she was a donor. I
I did
I
too.
was like, oh, this is over. He cooking meals at the house. He got his feet up. Yeah, this isn't going anywhere. Then when by the time the her little friend rolled up and was like, ew, a right refrigerator. I told you I don't need any help. Don't touch me. Ew, God. Like, with that, like how it all came together, I was very surprised because you couldn't tell me that she was done for. I wish there were more traces of her intelligence
Throughout.
throughout
Yeah.
the film to make this plausible because you're a dummy. Like it was she was just stupid. I'm sorry. And it just feels like she was blinded by what love she had left with Claire. So I thought she was going to continue to be that and be, like a penny with a hole in it, living on the street on drugs. For what I knew, I was like, oh, so you're actually smart. Oh, okay, but not smart enough to realize that my daughter's trash, and I just need to accept that.
Absolutely. And even in this, because of course, when it all comes out, we know that she retrieved the body that she had thrown in the bottom of the lake with them bricks, honey. She got that back, got it in the house, got it all burnt up. So basically, ultimately, the drug dealer gets set up for the arson. As well as the unaliving of that random client of his, because the man, of course, wasn't Ryan, because we see Ryan when she goes to the crack house to go see him and they throw her out on the sidewalk. Like Tyra
And no compassion, and that also confused me, like the lack of like how devoted she is, or like this is all because I'm a mother and I understand and I feel for my child. That boy, that was somebody's child. Like she did not care.
Not at
Even when
all.
she texts her, "Mom, I'm sorry, his name was X, Y, and Z," and she looks it up and she's like, "Oh, but I got to do what I got to do." So yeah, throw him in the fire. Throw him in the fire. Like there was just such a lacking there. I didn't like anybody here, but I didn't have a problem with that either.
Yeah, and also the fact that we find out, of course, throughout this, the drug dealer shows the phone and it says, it's my mom. She'll do whatever I say. Like, it is what it is. And kind of having that knowledge, especially when we get to the end of the film and she's back on the doorstep. It's like, what do we do with that? So, of course, we know that she had an ultimate plan, honey, moisturized and all. Julianne had a plan. But what I want to know from you, of course, was the daughter the mastermind? We all know the answer to that. But what happens when she comes back? Was this a setup for another film, or what are we supposed to believe? In your perfect world, if you were a screenwriter, what would you do? What would you do with Claire's character as she shows up back on the doorstep after all is said and done? After everything's cleaned up, now she's back. What happens?
Child, just plain leave it here. As a screenwriter, I would leave it here. Look at her sticking to her like a parasite. I hate it. Like when she popped up out of the water, I was like jump scare. Oh my god, like
Jump
god.
scare.
Attached, in my perfect world, like I wanted her to lean. You ain't ever got her. Oh, girl, I wanted her to go in. Like, if you ever in your life, if you show your face on the ranch, hoe is on sight, you will never roll up on me like that again as your mother after all that I have sacrificed. Even in the end, we incriminated this man, but you still protected your daughter. You still, because y'all did
Mhm,
this, still protected
mhm.
her. She's still fine. And then she rolls back up with the place that she's in, by the time she sends her the mom, I'm sorry, will you ever forgive me? And she looks perplexed. Like, what are you thinking about this?
Girl, yeah.
She's thinking about it. So if she does roll up here and it's, well, actually, even though there isn't a thing happening now because everything's cool now, she's still an active addict. She's still a manipulator. How long before she has you in your clutches again? How long before she lays hands on you again? It's just the cycle of abuse. If she had any sense, her and Butch Baby would run away together. Because baby, she was, I was protecting that one. Bring it in. Let me give you a hug, baby. You've been through a lot. It's all right. It's all right. I'm gonna take care of you. It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna be here. Like there's that. I just wish that we would have seen her take back some of her power. The fact that she didn't means she's still in the grips of Claire, and whatever she says and does, she's gonna comply with it still.
Oh, Lord. And I hate that. And I think I mean, I think that it showed restraint by just leaving it like that and leaving the audience to wonder what's going to be Kate's next step. Girl, you've gone through the ringer all behind your daughter. Are you going to open her back with open arms, or are you finally going to put your foot down, throw some boundaries in, and say, "Girl, get the hell away from me before I shoot you"? Because I'm like, if we're on a ranch, like I said, I think of Yellowstone. All right, I need my blickies loaded up and ready. Get off my land. I want to hear the shotgun. I want to hear the. I want to hear it cocked back, and all of those things. And I didn't get it, but it was for the best. Tyra, that was Echo Valley. Y'all, that was Echo Valley. Drop it in the chat and in the comments after the video. Let me know if you liked this and if you have any more film recommendations. We're trying to cover more movies throughout the week. We do a ton with shows. We're trying to get back into the movie streets. Tyra, anything else you have left for Echo Valley that you wanted to say? Anything else you want to let the people know that's coming up this week?
Just know when your offspring hates you. Know when to wash your hands. And that's just not offspring. Anybody standing next to you. Know when these people, like, with this man, he don't like me, he don't love me. Know when people don't like you and don't love you. And it's okay to choose yourself. Because no, this was dangerous. As far as what we have coming up, we got some new stuff coming up this week. Tomorrow, Jesus, we will be starting Game of Thrones. I have never seen Game of Thrones, had not planned to watch it because it's just not my zhuzh. So be there tomorrow to champion me on. I hope I survive the first episode.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna
I'm
be good.
I'm excited and petrified all at the same time because Game of Thrones, me, okay. Um, we also have Mr. Loverman coming up. Be sure to be on the lookout for you guys to watch it in the Discord. Ashley and I already watched the soon to be episodes 4 through 6. Boy, make sure y'all there for that, Mr. Loverman. It's a lot happening. It's good. It's good. Great show. We will also be starting another first time reaction. So even though Ashley has an easier time because she's going to be first reacting to Sex in the City, like Sex in the City and Game of Thrones, come on! Ashley and I will be doing first time watches of, she said, best series ever. All right, Candace.
Let her
Of
know,
Sex in the
Candace.
City. We'll be starting that. We'll be starting off with the first 2 episodes of Sex in the City. And anybody who's there for Game of Thrones, y'all already know, or The Wire, who were there, y'all already know how that goes with the episodes. But it will be different with Sex in the City because they're only 30 minutes, so it will be a cheaper affair. But yeah, that, divorced sisters and just like that. But we're hoping that anybody who is new here, or you've been here and you've been enjoying the commentary on and just like that, please join us for Sex in the City as well.
Absolutely. And tonight, you guys, in just about 40 minutes or so, we are going to we're going to be here to live react to Love Island episode 30, baby, because the way we watched Love Island last night, and I fell out. It was the most hilarious thing, the most interesting TV I think we watched yesterday. So be there for that tonight. We're going to throw it here sporadically throughout the week because we do have some watch alongs. It'll be iffy on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I'm hoping to do a live reaction on Monday nights and Friday nights. And then on Wednesday, have a live discussion just checking up on everything, just a quick, check in about what everything has happened since they air every single night. But yes, Book Skirts and Purrs. I started Department Q because my boo from both The Good Wife and Discovery of Witches is over there, but I haven't finished episode 1 yet. So definitely we'll have to check that out. Rod says Detained on Paramount with Laz Alonso. I'll have to check it
Hmm.
out. Shannon says Department Q was good. We'll we'll,
Hmm.
we'll see.
Try.
I know
I'll
Netflix
try.
drops it all at once too.
The trailer for Department Q didn't like tweak my melons, so I didn't check it out. But I'll give it a shot.
But you guys do not forget that this is also, of course, a week for Blockbuster Movie Night.
Mhm.
And this week is Tyra's Choice. And so let me go ahead and close out with that. But you guys, first and foremost, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for showing up and supporting the live tonight. We appreciate you so, so much. And let me just get this geared. Girl, if I got it, what did I do with it? Girl, I'm always doing something. But no, we really appreciate your support and you guys coming through. Give me just a second to pull it up. Tyra, anything else while I get this loaded?
No,
Because
it's I need y'all to check in with them. Anybody who's not like a member of either the Discord or just a member of the Sweet Peas or the Struggle, please consider becoming a member. I was appalled at how many people in our chat last Saturday had not seen my pick. Who not rolling up? Okay, on Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Y'all playing. Y'all playing. Please be there. We have a really good time with our watch alongs and everything. Actually, I'm gonna give it to you, Ashley. I'm
girl,
gonna just share it.
please, because
Just
where
because
the heck
you
is
look
it?
so perplexed over there.
Technical difficulties because I sure enough pulled it up and I know like I had it loaded and I'm like, where did it go? It vaporized, disappeared.
Oh wait, am I lying? Can I give it
You
to
have
you?
it.
It's not letting me share it.
See
Can I
the devil. Hold on.
just
I think I got it. Let me
like I
see.
said, just take us out. Take us out, Bob.
Take us out, Bob. Well, anyway, it's Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I'll have it loaded up for the next one. But you guys, thank you so much for being here. I will close you guys out with this one. Have the most amazing night, and we'll see you for Love Island. Come back, come back, come back. It's going to be a good time.
I'm so in love with you. You got me down again.